do this. Hello everyone, my name is Mocha Panda. Welcome back to another video. We're going to be discussing more of Lei's stances, and today we're going to definitely be talking about Razor Rush, which this is good old Razor Rush right here. Alright, so a lot of people complain about how Razor Rush is broken, how Razor Rush is so powerful, how Razor Rush is probably one of the cheapest strings in the game, one of the most powerful strings in the game, in Tekken in general. But the thing about Razor Rush, and yes, on some comments, I know a lot of people and some streamers that I talked about this, I just wanted to know what their opinion is about Lei, Razor Rush, etc., is that a majority of the complaints were, or whining, whatever you want to take it, is that Razor Rush jails, Razor Rush is always plus, Razor Rush is such a cheap string that always keeps you on your toes. It's such a mix-up heavy string. It's really annoying to deal with. Like, there's no way to punish this. Like, there's no obvious way how to deal with it, and if you take a guess, you're gonna suffer from that. I'm gonna put all those complaints, that whining, whatever you want to call it, like, free. Like, no. Razor Rush for Lei is probably one of the most, how can I put this? It is a double-edged sword. More of the fact of it hurts Lei more than it helps, if that makes sense. And there's a lot of reasons why. So to better understand Razor Rush, or how to use Razor Rush effectively, I'm gonna say this, and I know a lot of people are like, oh, I don't need to know frames, blah blah blah, I play by feel and all that stuff. That's great. Like, I tip my hat to you, great respect and all that stuff. But if you want to know why some Lei players complain about, like, oh, Razor Rush is not broken, oh, it doesn't work for me, or how some opponents will complain about, like, oh, Razor Rush is so broken, it's cheap, no, you should never use it on Lei, blah blah blah, because I heard a streamer say, like, you can't use it on Lei, blah blah blah. That's not the point. The point is that Razor Rush is very weak. Like, very, very weak. And I have some people complain about, like, they come from the main man himself. Nothing against him, he's a good, fantastic Tekken player. I give props to that. But I watched that 8-minute guide against Lei, and he talked about Razor Rush, like, oh, this string is broken. It's cheap. Like, there's no mix-up. Like, you can't deal with it. Like, whatsoever. It's so good, and you have to deal with it. That's not the case. A lot of the reasons why people complain about this string alone is because they don't lab it. They don't lab Lei in general. And that's understandable, because Lei is an intimidating character, and I always say that Lei is an illusionary character. But let's get into it before I continue babbling on blah blah blah. Again, Razor Rush is not that great, and I'll explain why. Okay, so let's talk about this. So Razor Rush is these mids right here, 4 mids. First 2 hits come out at 12 frames. See? Alright, 12 frames, you're +1 on hit. Alright. The third and fourth hit come out at 15 frames. Yeah. Yeah, see? Come out at 15 frames. Understand that, alright? That's going to be very important, alright? Razor Rush gives Lei the ability to transition to his stances. So, to Snake for the first hit, Dragon on the second hit, and he can go left or right. Third hit, oh, well, fourth hit, Tiger. Third hit, Panther, alright? So he can go left or right. See? Okay? That's going to play an effect, alright? Just remember that. So, on the first hit, you're +7. This is very great. This is very important, and you'll understand why this is very important for Lei. Second hit, +1 on hit, okay? Third hit, +1. Fourth hit, +1, okay? So these are great. Mocha, why are these great? You're telling me this, why? Razor Rush is so broken. The main man said so. I believe every word of it. Other streamers said it's broken. No, my dear child. You gotta lab that shit. You have to understand why it's not broken, alright? So, on hit, he's great. That's great, yeah, like on hit. Fantastic, super fantastic. Awesomeness, alright? So, another rule for Razor Rush. The first 2 hits are true, okay? Oop, not that. See? First 2 hits will always be true. Always, every day, all day. Now, if on counter hit, all 4 hits are true. This is what makes it scary. You have to understand that, alright? So the first 2 hits, Oh, wrong one. First 2 hits are true. Counter hit. All 4 hits are true. 37 damage. Mids, great, nice. Life is great. We're not even gonna get into like we're not even gonna about to talk about stances. But yeah, so that's one of the rules about Razor Rush. On hit, it's fantastic. On counter hit, it's super fantastic. And why on counter hit makes Lei scary? Well, on the 4th hit, as I talked about earlier, he goes in a Tiger. And Tiger, in my previous video, is probably Lei's most dangerous and scary stance that he has in his whole entire kit. I will fight you on this. Like, this stance, in my opinion, is broken. It's very cheap, very scary. So many options, from a health sweep, from a mid, from a safe mid that launches on counter hit, from a 50-50 and the first hit hits, it's true. Like, you have options. Oh, and plus, for 1+2 with the wall bounce, great, fantastic, all right? That's great. And honestly, oh, and also on the 5th hit, because there is a 5th hit, if you do 4, the kick, he goes into crane. So that's all 5 of his major stances. Snake, Dragon, Panther, Tiger, and Crane. Okay? He also has a little mix-up. That low. Okay? On counter hit, it's... On counter hit... Oh, shit. Oh, right. Ooh, come on. So embarrassing, YouTube curse. This is embarrassing. Alright, I'm gonna cheat. Ah, ooh, man. Ooh, this is bad. Okay, now I can't cheat. Oh my god. Alright. This is embarrassing. Please don't look at me. I can't cheat for it. Oh no. Come on, just one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go. And you get a combo. Oh my god, YouTube curse. But yeah, on counter hit, it launches you. Well, gives Lei to combo, the option. On block, it's launch punishable. Okay. Just gonna show you one here. Oh. Guard off, Mr. Bond. Guard off. Yeah, it's -17. It's launch punishable, he can launch it. It comes out at 21 prints. Alright? Scary, 50-50, blah, blah, blah. And then the 5th hit, if you press 4, it's a safe mid. Alright, but it's sidesteppable. Okay, alright. That's probably all the good things that Lei has for Razor Rush. I'm not even joking. That's literally it. Okay, now we're gonna get into, like, why is this scary and why is this bad for Lei? So, for Lei, alright, my good pals and all, you need to understand, the first hit on block is -2. Second hit, -12. Oh, 1, 2, 3. -12 on the 3rd hit. 4th hit, -14. No one punishes this. I am so serious about it. No one punishes this at all. And the reason why, because the Lei player will usually go into Tiger stance. Like a really basic beginner Lei player, and I've done this too, will go into Tiger stance because they don't know how to deal with it. And I was like, oh, free? Go into Hell Sweep. Lie. Yeah, yay. Wow. Great. What else, Mocha? That doesn't tell me shit. Oh, my dear child. Let me explain more. So, anytime Lei goes into stances, he's always minus. He will always get punished. Okay? Okay? And it's the same thing with Crane. In every stance on block, he is minus. Remember that. Anytime you block Razor Rush and he transitions to stance, do a mid. And why are we going to say do a mid? Because Snake stance, if he goes forward, he has a high crush property. Dragon goes forward or backward, high crush property. Panther has a natural high crush property. You cannot hit him with a high. Your only option, and if you try to do a low, because Panther low parries, you're going to get low parry, or he's going to hit you. Either or. So your best option, anytime Lei transitions to a stance, you have to use a mid. Every day, all day. That's why I always tell people, and I always test people if they know how to do a Razor Rush. And the one thing that tells me they know how to do a Razor Rush, Hop Kick. I'm not even joking. Hop Kick will beat Lei's Razor Rush anytime he transitions to a stance. So I know how some of you guys are visual learners, and you're like, Mocha, you lying. You lying, dog. We're going to send you to Brazil. And I was like, oh, real word? I got you, fam. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you, dog. All right. So, a great option. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's Tiger Stance. All right. So, a thing about Tiger Stance, because Tiger Stance doesn't have a high crush property. Only in Razor Rush. This is a rule. This is a rule with Razor Rush. For some reason, I do not know why. I can't give you a reason. I feel like it's his hitbox or some sort. But anytime he uses Razor Rush and goes into Tiger, he gets a high crush property. So, go ahead. 2, 3, 4. See? See that first hit? I did a jab. It did not hit him. Hit his head. See? See? Right there. It has a high crush property. So remember. And that's a punish right there. Because he's minus. Alright? But you have to do it quickly. It's like immediate. 1, 2, 3, 4. Punish right there. Okay. Now, they're like, how can you hop kick? Well, my dear child. We'll get into that. Because there's another rule about Razor Rush that I haven't explained yet. So, with Razor Rush, okay, you guys understand that in Tekken in general, for every stance that a person does, it takes some frames away. It doesn't show it on the frame data, like right here in front of the stream. Like it doesn't really tell you. It only tells you what's a minus, like what's on, how negative am I on block. Okay. What the game doesn't tell you that it takes about 2 to 3 frames, additionally, more frames to go into that stance. Because you need frames to go into stances, to do any move in general. So, with that being said, so if I were to go into the Dragon stance, it says I'm -12. Additionally, I can get hit by a hop kick. So I'm like -14, -15. And another rule that plays into Razor Rush is when you delay it, because Razor Rush is delayable. You can delay this. See? So I can do it fast, slow, all 4 hits. They're all delayable. You can do whatever you want with that. Okay? This hurts Lei a lot. So another rule with Razor Rush, anytime you delay, anytime, you are more negative. You see that, right? So for Snake, I am -21 if I delay that ass. So, if I delay the stance transition, I am so minus on block. You can hop kick me, you can down for 2, you could do another hop kick, whatever the hell you want. You can punish me with a 14 frame, whatever you want. But the rule is, if you delay the stance transition as a late player, you're gonna get hop kick. You are launch punishable. It doesn't matter. See? -20. If I delay for Dragon, -25. Go to Panther, -23. -23 for Tiger. And it varies too, because it depends how much you delay the stance transition. And I'm -26, because it really changes how long you delay it. If you don't delay it, you're less negative. So on the first hit for Snake, oh shit, I'm -11. Okay, will always be that. For Dragon, if I don't delay it, I'm -10. Panther, -11. -13. For Crane, it's an exception because the mid slows it down and it will always be -9. But that's the other rule. Delaying it will always put you at a negative disadvantage. So, when can I use Razor Rush? Well, the only time you can only use Razor Rush as a poking. Like, the rule of thumb for Razor Rush, honestly, that I came up with, the first 2 hits will always be true, okay? The first 2 hits will always be the less punishing for you. You can do the first hit. This is a good poking tool, honestly. It has range because he steps forward. And you're -2. And it has a little bit of pushback. Just a tad, just a tad. And you're -2. You lose your turn-ish, but you're not losing as much, if that makes sense. So the rules are always try to do the first 2 hits. So if you see yourself as a lay player, if they are blocking the shit out of you and they know how to deal with you, do not go into a stance change. This will be the only time will I ever tell you, do not go into stance change. Because of that very reason. Because you're going to put yourself at a disadvantage. And if they know that, oh, he loves to transition to stance. He always likes to go to the left. He likes to go to Panther all the time. He likes to delay it. Blah, blah, blah. They will hop kick you. They will always hop kick you. And if you see all my previous videos that I played against other players, like Jiaoyu players, some Lei players, like the Lei mirror match that I put on my YouTube channel, the Lei player always hop kicked me because I couldn't do anything, and he always did it. And that's right. That is the correct way to defeat Lei's stances. Now, with that being said, if Lei is hit, like if it's on hit for Lei, then go into stance changes because you're plus. You see what I mean? Except for Snake for some reason, it gives you -2, which -2. Well, I say negative, but -2. So your best option is either go to Dragon, Panther, or Tiger. Okay. So your best option is when you're on hit, is to go to either Dragon, Panther, or Tiger. Okay. And yes, this is a 50-50. If you add the 4, or the low, or the 3, it's a 50-50. I wouldn't really recommend the low, honestly, because it puts you at such a disadvantage and it's slow and it can be low paired. Like, only use it if you know your opponent can't deal with it, but I would not recommend using the low. Another thing about Razor Rush, it has a very Lei's weak side. Most of his strings and most of his moves is his left side. Let me explain. So another big weakness for Razor Rush, okay, is his left. On the third hit. On the third hit. Okay? I'm telling you right now. On the third hit, you can sidestep him on his left. For example. Well, if you mistime it. Do. 1, 2. Sig. Missed Anderson. There you go. And voila, punish. Yay. But you have to time it. You have to time it. Because if you don't, then you're screwed. And then you get hit. But yeah, the third hit is punishable. So it's better to use like a long range move if you can. Or anything in that matter. But the third hit of Razor Rush is sidesteppable. But you have to time it correctly. So it makes him scary. Because you're like, I don't want to challenge that because the last 2 hits will be true. And they'll hit me. Well, yeah. But yeah, if you do get it, you can punish him. Etc. See, right there, punish. Third hit. Right there. You just have to time it. And that's where the delay comes in. Because if the Lei player knows that, oh, he knows how to sidestep me. Now I gotta play with him. And now I gotta delay it. Because that's the thing. The delay really shines when you don't go into stance changes. Because you're messing up the opponent flow, the rhythm. Because you keep doing it fast, they're gonna time it really well. But like, if you just mistime it, and then you hit again for the mid, continue Razor Rush, you're gonna throw your opponent off. That's why I keep telling people Lei is an illusionary character. All the time. Yes, he is very bad on frames. Yes, he is sidesteppable on the third hit. Yes, if you're blocking all his hits on Razor Rush and he transitions, you can punish him. Okay, for instance, just to show you guys again. Oh, wrong one. No, go back, Mr. Anderson. Okay. All right, so we'll do a good old Panther. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have him doing Panther Scratch. As you can see right there. His fast move for Panther. He pressed a button. On hit, he's negative. Right there. So if you know the opponent is going to press a button, just hop kick him. Just hop kick him because it takes more frames to transition, and he's gonna get hit. Now, again, remember, you can't do a high. That's why I say check with a mid or a hop kick. So for all his stances, always check with the mid if you want, but more of the time, do a hop kick because he's gonna either press a button. Now, with that being said, it also goes into the mind games. Because if a lay player knows, like, oh, he knows he has to do hop kick and blah, blah, blah. Oh, wrong one. So how can I counteract that? Okay, so say like I wanted to do back, but Panther is like the worst example. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, I'll still get hit. Regardless, if I take a back turn. Now, if I did that for Tiger, 1, 2, 3, 4. It takes a little bit of time because the stance has to adjust itself. 1, 2, 3, 4. He back turn. He tried to go back. That's still a hop kick right there. Get punished for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's a bad one. That's a bad example. Yeah, good old basic ass lay right there. Right there. I will always beat you. Doesn't matter. You try to do hell sweep on me. I beat you. You hate yourself. You're like, wow, Razor Rush is so broken. Oh my god, wow. This move is ass. I keep telling you guys. It's ass. Everything's ass. Anyway, continuing on. But yeah, so that's one of the biggest weaknesses with Razor Rush. So again, Razor Rush is only good on counter hit and just to throw off your opponent. Because if the opponent knows like, oh, he's not going to transition, but you do transition, you're like, oh my god, now I got to follow. Because you have to force the mix-up. You have to. That is Lei's whole entire kit. Forcing mix-ups. Because if you don't force the mix-up and your opponent is like, oh, I know what you're going to do next, then they're going to be like, oh yeah, I know he wants to go into Panther because he loves Panther, but Panther can't block, so can Crane. Crane can't block. Then I'll just hop kick you because you're free. Ha 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 ha, shake my hand, dog. I'm going to be the best Tekken player ever while you're just sitting in loser's bracket forever. Bye-bye, bitch boy. Yeah, that's how you're going to be feeling. It really sucks. But it's also, it's still good. You just need to know when to place Razor Rush. And again, if your opponent doesn't know how to do a Razor Rush, just go ahead, go ham. Just keep getting away with it. Go into whatever, blah, blah, blah. Just remember, if your opponent knows they want a hop kick and all that stuff, just hold back. Just hold back. That's why you see a lot of players doing dig jab. Always doing dig jab. Because that's the only way to beat Lei in Razor Rush. So, just to show you guys once again, alright? Alright, okay, that was a bad example, I'm not gonna lie. Now, if he were to hit me, I can still punish him. See that? That's crazy. So, just remember, you can still stop him. You can still stop him on everything. You you need to understand that if he's on block, if you're blocking him, just hop kick him or check him with a mid. Because before, I think they changed it. Now you can't really do a dig punch unless it was Stir Snake. Then I may be wrong. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, you can still hit him out of it. When he goes into stance, you can still hit him out of it. So hopefully this gives you guys an idea that Razor Rush is not broken. You just have to lab him. And once you lab him, you can start punishing him correctly and all that great jazz. Oh, and another thing about Razor Rush on the mid kick. The mid kick on the fifth hit will send him back. And if he transitions to Crane, this is a great Oki tool. So now I'm in Crane, he's right there. What am I going to do? Am I going to be in Crane or am I going to go into Snake? Blah, blah, blah. Or am I going to go into Panther? So that's just to set up Oki for himself. But yeah, Razor Rush is not that powerful as people make it out to be. Yes, it jails, but if you know how to deal with it, like the first 2 hits will jail. Always and all day. But the third hit is where you can time it, sidestep to his left, and then punish him. Don't hit with highs, because all 4 of his moves, all 4 of his standards, Snake, Dragon, Panther, and Tiger, have a high crush property. Panther being the only one being natural high crush. Snake and Dragon, you just gotta go forward and backward, blah blah blah. Snake, forward or backward, mostly forward. Forward, okay? Just forward, alright? Snake forward, Dragon, back forward, because you get the high crush. Panther has a high crush natural high crush property. And Tiger, the first hit, if you go into Razor Rush and go into Tiger, you'll get 1 hit of high crush property. So yeah, I hope this guys helps you out. I hope this is useful. I don't want to hear people keep complaining about Razor Rush, like, oh, it's broken, blah 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 blah. I can't deal with it. Wow, and all that stuff. No, it's not that great. Like with any other character, you just need to figure it out, lab it out, test it. You're like, oh, okay, this is how I deal with it. It's sidesteppable, blah blah blah. Oh wow, this is actually free. I'm used to this now. Blah blah blah. It's gonna depend on you as the individual to deal with it, to learn about it. That's what Tekken is all about. It's like with any fighting game. Learn how to deal with it. You gotta understand, what does it have a weakness? Is there a purpose for this move? Is there a reason for this move? What is his strong points? What is his weaknesses? Now again, you can be saying, oh, what about Leroy pre-patch or when he first came out, blah blah blah. He was that's a different story. We're not talking about that. This is Lei's Razor Rush. All right. On paper, it looks good. It looks great, but once you lab it out, it's not that great. It really isn't. So hopefully you guys understand it about Razor Rush. If you guys have any more comments or questions about Lei, feel free to comment down below. If you guys have more questions about Razor Rush, I'll do my best to explain it. But other than that, I think that's pretty much it. I will be making more videos. Stay tuned for more videos for more Lei. Tekken 8 got announced and all that stuff. I'm running out of time because I am on the clock right now. But yeah, we got a lot more to talk about. But other than that, yeah, I should also explain Backturn in another video. But other than that, yeah, that's Razor Rush. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys enjoy the videos, please like, subscribe, and share. It really helps me out on videos. And also, I got to make a 100 sub video for you guys because we passed 100 subs. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh my God, Tekken 8, PS5, gaming PCs, crazy. Anyway, so if you guys, thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye. I really need to get sponsored, and someone gets me a gaming PC. Come on, Harada.